It's time to talk some vintage Morgan dollars. I mean, they're on the topic and have been on the topic for years now, well, because of the new coins. But we want to talk about the older vintage, the #1 vintage collectible from the U.S. Mint. And we're going back 120 years, everyone, to the roaring 90s. Look at this trio. So the 1990s were an interesting decade for Morgan dollars. We slowed down in 93, 94, 95, and then we kind of opened back up in 96, 97, 98, and then we closed the program off 27 years in 1904. Brought it back in 21, 28 total years. That's the Morgan dollar in its entirety. It came out of silver from the largest silver find ever, Comstock Lode. And now we have a silver dollar, the largest coin ever in circulation here. This is it, the Morgan dollar. Same size as the piece, by the way. But over time, we look at coins that just have value. Where, if there are, again, there's 98 different Morgans when you add up the fact that an 81O, an 81S, an 81CC, and an 81P, the four mints that struck it in 1881, are four different coins, right? When you add all that, there's 97-98 of them known. When you line them all up, a few of them just stand out. Then you line them up again, and at value points, price points, which ones stand out? And when you get to that under $100 category, these three are wow. The 1996, just one of the better looking Philadelphia strikes ever. Look at the detail on the reverse on this 96. You can actually count the feathers on the breast, outstretched wings, the neck, the detail's phenomenal. And then you get into the 97 and 98, and those two have some of the lowest mintage figures in the entire Philadelphia Morgan dollar plan. I mean, there were 28 years, an 8-tail feather in 1878, that's 29, and it ranks number 7 and number 9, respectively, 1897 and 1898, for mintage figures. And then when you get into the other part of this, which is how many are known today? And the reason why I say that is in 1918, you probably heard this phrase before, the Pittman Act, which was created by Senator Pittman, and it was all about helping the English with their silver woes in India during World War I. And we couldn't just lend them our Morgan dollars, because then the other side, which we were neutral with at the time, would notice the Americans are helping the English. So what happens? We melt down 60% of all Morgans. 60% of them. We just don't know which ones. Now, logic tells us the closer to 1904 you are, considering they started in 1878, the more logical most of them got destroyed. The older stuff is probably out there or somewhat secure. The newer stuff destroyed. When you look at the numbers on these three, it almost backs it up exactly. Right? NGC and PCGS added together, the two largest grading services. 97, there's 48,000 all grades. 98, 57,000 all grades. If you compare that to an S or an O mint with those low pops, you're looking at a $120 coin or more. It's almost like what Rodney Dangerfield would say, right? It gets no respect. Philadelphia Mint Morgans sometimes get no respect because they're the branch mint, the real mint, and they're the benchmark. Everything's gauged against them. Every day they're making all of our coins versus the branch mints. New Orleans, Carson City, San Francisco are just making part of what is needed. So when you look at early issue, you look at Philadelphia Morgans in the first place, you can tell by looking at them that they have detail or they don't, right? When you see a true uncirculated, it's like, wow, in the detail side. These are all about that. The competition, 155, 165, 159, respectively. Ours tonight, your choice, uncirculated specimens, $69.95. I mean, the 2024 Morgans are out, right? The Philadelphia branch, the uncirculated. And the government raised their price to give or take $100 now, right? You can go back 120 years and get a better value and a significantly rarer coin. Again, this year they're going to make 275,000 uncirculateds. And like last year's 2023, also a Philadelphia mint, which sold out. Do we expect anything different to happen this year? I mean, we love our Morgans. In 2017, our 225th anniversary as a U.S. mint, we had this survey going on. What is the most popular coin ever struck by the U.S. mint? Half cent, large cent, 2 cent, 3 cent, Walking Liberty, gold. Was it the $3 gold piece? What was the design? Was it a commemorative? Was it the George Washington $50? What's your favorite? The Morgan dollar got over half the votes. One coin. That tells you popularity. And on the triangle of collecting, popularity is a significant one. Quality is another significant one. And value always brings it home. This one has all of that special value. Because again, we're give or take $100 less per coin. Why do we do this? Why are our prices so much lower than everybody else's? Because we're not going to sell 6 coins tonight. We want to sell all of our coins, the rolls we have of each of these, all of them tonight. Turn them over and we're on to the next product, which will be in a matter of minutes, by the way. And we do this 50-odd different conversations every night we're on the air. It's the AVC way. Now, one of the other faves I have with these Morgan Dollar series is what was going on in history? Because sometimes the history relates to the coin, like the coin relates to its history. In 1896, the 45th state entered the Union. Do you know what it was? It was Utah. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was introduced with 12 stocks. John Philip Sousa wrote what? Stars and Stripes Forever. All significant to today. 1897, the Copyright Office is established. The first Boston Marathon. The Klondike Gold Rush, the last big gold rush on the upper Northwest. The Oldsmobile car is formed. The Library of Congress, right? 98, New York is divided into 5 boroughs. Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx. Which one did I leave out? Staten Island. The USS Maine is sunk in Havana Harbor. The Spanish-American War starts. We have Teddy the Rough Rider Roosevelt go up San Juan Hill, and before the year is over, the war is over. The Treaty of Paris is signed. That was 120 years ago. These were the big silver dollars of the time, and look at that price. They're affordable, big time affordable. Whether it's 1, 2, or all 3, join us, don't miss out. Guys, no time for a clock. We're down to less than a roll each and the phones are jammed. Thank you all. Don't forget the web, avccoins.com. Time to be moving on.